morning, I wake up, and I notice all the pseudo-Swiss things around me. St. Ives hand cream, Swiss formula, but made in Canada? Swiss Chalet. My Swiss exchange buddy was nearly flabbergasted when I told him they serve rotisserie chicken there. Not quite Swiss. So I decided to learn a little bit more about Swiss culture. I read the book. I watched videos online of St. Gallen. I listened to German language podcasts from Switzerland. I did my research, and I fell in love with Switzerland. But what is it that captures me so about Switzerland? Is it the cheese and chocolate fondue? Is it the fact that the transportation is 10 times more efficient than the TTC? Why, of course, all this is true. But there's just so much more. So let me take you through the academic reasons why I chose St. Gallen. First, they offer strategy and law courses, both of which I'm very interested in taking. In particular, it's well known for strategic management. But I'm also interested in the non-business electives, so in particular history and philosophy. And being a well-rounded academic, I'd love the opportunity to take these on exchange. Now, for my professional reasons, I'm really interested in international work. And the interesting thing about Switzerland is that it's almost innately international, having 3 major European languages, German, French, and Italian, and there's Romanesque, all wrapped up in that one country. So the opportunity to learn and practice these languages on exchange would give me a head start for my future career. Now, one of my lifetime goals is also, in fact, to become a polyglot, someone who can speak multiple languages fluently. And going there would allow me to practice my French and also to learn German. Now, I'm also very interested in sustainability, and this is on the personal side. So the Swiss are very well known for their sustainable mindset, their environmental mindset. And going there on exchange, from its recycling programs to its protection of green space, going there on exchange would allow me to learn a lot more about their environmental mindset and to see how perhaps we Canadians can learn from them as well. Now, admittedly, I've always lived in Brampton, Mississauga for all of my life, so I feel right at home with the quaint European feel of St. Gallen. It has a really close-knit community, and this is the kind of community that I really thrive upon. It's one of the reasons why I chose Schulich, and now one of the reasons why I choose St. Gallen. Now, I also love the quaint, the everyday life, just nibbling on it. And I'd imagine one day going to the Marktplatz, buying some fruits and vegetables, and bringing them back home, and cooking up a recipe with other Swiss students to learn about their way of living and their culture. Now, speaking of culture, I admit that I'm not very well experienced in European culture. I've always been interested in it, and and going there on exchange would give me the opportunity to learn more about part of the world that I've never really been to. Now, I'm also admittedly an art addict and history fanatic. I love contemporary art. And the interesting thing about St. Gallen is that it's almost like a contemporary art museum. They just have it so well integrated into everyday student life. But I'm not just into contemporary art. I'm also interested in historical art. For example, in St. Gallen, they have the UNESCO Heritage Site, which is a library. And they have this amazing artwork all across the ceiling, one of the things that I'd like to experience for myself. But experiencing Swiss culture also includes going to festivities and events. And the two that I find really fascinating is the Landsgemeinde. What this is, hope I said that right, Landsgemeinde, what this is an open-air, direct democracy voting session. So they put up their hands, and then they vote. I just find that fascinating. One of the other events is the Fastnacht. And what this is like an open street party that's somewhat Halloween-like, because they come out in their monster festivals, monster costumes. And it's like a whole bunch of just really neat festivities and culture that I'm really interested in. Now, how would St. Gallen benefit from me? I would bring a new perspective, having an Asian background, having lived in Canada for all my life. I would love to learn and share more about what I know from my culture and also theirs as well. And just to be able to live with other Swiss students and to experience their culture. So, let me end on this. Send me to Switzerland. My heart is already there. I just need to follow it. Thank you.